Elon Musk has cost one Florida woman her job. Only it wasn't Elon Musk. Yes. Has he let people go? Of course. He's a businessman. Let's back up a little bit. About 12 years ago, a new charter school opened in Oak Hill, Florida. Jan McGee was the principal then of Burns Science and Technology that first day and has been ever since until today. That school has had a long waiting list, and I understand it has got quite good ratings when it comes to student performance, etc. Unfortunately for Ms. McGee, she started chatting with the world's richest man online. I know what you're thinking. It's not really Elon Musk. It wasn't. But Ms. McGee spent months talking with this person who claimed that he would invest millions in the Burns Science and Technology School. All he needed was a little upfront seed money for a new project he was working on.
And as the principal of this school, she thought that was Elon Musk saying, I need some seed money before I can give you money.
The man who's a billionaire so many times over needed seed money.
Could buy the whole NFL.
Yeah.
You know, right.
Fact. God,
man.
Unfortunately, all he needed was $100,000.
Yes.
And Ms. McGee said, okay, she wrote a check in that amount from the school's account. But before it could be cashed, in a move that Chris Kelly would approve when it comes to Pine Straw, the school's business manager heard about the transaction and voided the check.
She stopped it. This is the principal talking about what she did.
I am a very smart lady, well-educated. I fell for a scam.
Somehow she believed it, matching funds with this guy, and he was supposed to give like $6 million to the school.
I put myself into this position and into this mess, and I made a bad decision.
Did they fire her or did she resign?
She offered her resignation because it apparently, as you may have heard during that hearing, which was just a few days ago, several people who work at the school said, we told you all along these are red flags, red flags. And Ms. McGee ignored. She said, the school is more important to me than my job. I will resign for the good of the school.
Man, that's really falling on your sword there, isn't it, now?
Well, she did sheath the sword.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now.
I was going to say it, but if you want to beat me to it, go ahead.
I feel for her because I have been a victim of one of these types of scams. It just always comes back, Dave. It always comes back.
It's interesting. The first thing she said when you played her clip there was, I'm a smart person.
I'm a smart person. I'm a smart person.
Is that irony? Or
I
what is
am
that?
a smart person.
No, was it hyperbole?
Listen, okay.
I hope that she took the same tact you did,
right?
Which was, I'm going to show them.
Okay,
like when they were like,
what she did.
"There's no way Elon Musk," and she's like, "Whoa, I'm going to show you."
When we get $6 million.
Yeah, the other people in the school were your wife.
That's right,
and you were the principal.
Yeah. Now that's exactly what I thought. This woman and I have so much in common because if you missed this now. Late last year, and I'll just go through it quickly. A man knocked on my door and said, hey, you want to buy some pine straw? I got it for you, just $5 a bale. And, we're doing some work around the corner here for your neighbors. We're just good, hardworking people. Got some left over. And I said, okay, yeah, let's think about it.
Because you were thinking about it anyway?
I was. We needed pine straw. I was mad. The guy who was doing our yard, I thought had not done a good job. It didn't look great. And I was like, let me spruce it up with some pine straw. Went in, told my wife, she said, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. And then it became I'll show you.
A test of wills.
This is going to work. And long story short, they charged me $7,157 for pine straw.
Yeah.
But being the smart person that I am, I talked them down to $4,000 for pine straw. Okay.
You're nobody's fool.
Nobody's fool.
After a
just like this woman.
You had to run to the bank to get cash to cover what the check. You wrote a check and there was cash.
I didn't have
right?
enough money. Yeah. I had to go get cash. We had some cash in the house. I went and I wrote a check.
Breaking the children's piggy banks.
And my wife is like, call the police, call the police, call the police. But I said, sweetheart, they know where we live. And I don't like the looks of this. And
the job is done.
And the job is done. But if I'd called the police, they would have been on my side. Because they were a few days later when the assailants came back for their check that I'd canceled. I'm the victim.
Right.
I'm the victim. If I was in charge of this school, I would not have asked for this woman's resignation. Now, she did that on her own. But I think if I were on the board of directors, because she, what you said was she had done a wonderful job for many years,
Yes.
and the school
apparently it performs very well, and the students do well.
Great reputation. I think you're allowed that mistake. She is a victim. Okay, I'm a victim. I see your look, babe. You're smirking. I'm a victim. Look at that.
Hey, I was talking to Elon last night.
I grant you. You're a victim.
I'm a victim.
But a victim of what?
I'm a victim.
Your own stupidity and hubris.
She's a victim. We're victims. And I don't think she resigned her job on her own. I have imposed a 3-year moratorium on myself. My wife gets to buy whatever she wants.
She has.
And I don't get a say.
She took a murder vacation.
She did.
She's going back for the trial.
The first of many.
Listen, when the housekeeper murder comes up, she's like, I'll be there in August for that. And I said, are you serious? And she's, oh, yeah, I'm going back.
If I can establish temporary residence, I might be a juror.
She wants an apartment.
If I could just rent this room.
This woman, I would not ask for her resignation. I just feel so badly for her. Probably, I don't think I would have felt that way before August 3rd of last year. That's when I was victimized by these same types of assailants.
Yeah, but you don't want her holding the checkbook, do you, anymore?
Well, might say that. Might say, look, we have to pass through any money that you spend through a board or something like
Over
that.
a certain
It sounds
amount.
like she hadn't even done that.
Well, she said.
Yeah, she wrote the check from the account.
What you
Thank
said was
God she stopped her.
they warned her all the way along.
You're not really, that can't be Elon Musk. This smells fishy.
But would y'all ask for a resignation because, A, they didn't lose a dime, but they didn't lose any money.
They didn't lose any money, but still, I bet
She's done a good job for many years, and the school has a great reputation.
But can you trust her judgment?
Exactly.
Yes. Yes.
Only a fool would say that.
Yes, you could.
Especially considering that she's walking around with people going, there's no way this is Elon. I can print. She's like, talking to Elon.
She's the victim.
I'm thinking of getting a Tesla with my money.
James, you are talking about falling for scams as this woman did. Go ahead.
Yes, I feel your pain.
Thank you.
I put a vehicle on Marketplace. Guy came out, he brought his family, brought his little dog with him, and seemed like halfway decent people, I thought. He drove the car around my yard and stuff because I wouldn't let him go on the road with it. I just wanted to let him know it shifted all the gears down when he do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we make a deal. I'm going to actually trade it for a golf cart. And he's like, well, I'm going to bring the golf cart and we'll do the trade tomorrow. Right. Well, little did I know he had slipped the key into his pocket.
Oh my gosh! Really?
Yeah, I checked. I went out and checked the car. He'd been gone 3 or 4 minutes, and I called him back on the phone and said, "Man, do you got the key?" Oh, you know how it is. You get out there and just stick stuff in your pocket. And I said, "Okay." He said, "Well, I'm going to bring you the golf cart tomorrow, and I'll just pick it up then."
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let it go. It's like, all right, I guess it's all right.
Yeah.
So he calls me. I'm at work. He says, I've got a guy with a tow truck going to come on by and pick that up. We're going to bring the golf cart, and we'll just set the golf cart off, and I'll take the vehicle. I said, well, I've got the title. He said, well, yeah, I'm going to take it and have it serviced and everything, and then we'll get later on together, and I'll get the title from you.
Right.
Well, I sat in the Food Line parking lot. Well, he gave me an address that didn't come up on my GPS. So he said, well, just sit in the Food Line parking lot. I sat in the Food Line parking lot for 3.5 hours last night.
Last night, you sat in the Food Line parking lot for 3.5 hours, and now you're going to lose. Oh my gosh! And he's just taking you. He's just stolen this from you.
Yeah.
You were on the other end of the scam.
Let's get this man a golf cart.
You know what? Yeah, we should do a GoFundMe. You're a victim, just like me and just like Principal Lady.
There's help out there for both of you.
Well, I tell you.
A swift kick in the seat of the pants?
Yeah.
Do you know what everybody said to me? When I did my news report, I mean, they did the news report and everything.
That's right. TV came out to your house.
They said, you're the victim here. Don't beat yourself up. You're the one. They're so savvy. They're so good at this, these con artists, that smart people fall for it.
Well, you could hear in the phone call every time
That's right.
our caller had, said, well, what about this? There's a quick answer.
There's an answer.
It's a bit of a dance.
This is their job. This is what they do. They're good at it. That's why I would not force this principal to resign, because she's done such a good job for such a long time. And she was victimized here. Now, just as my wife told me, all of her coworkers told her, you're being taken, you're being scammed. You try to think, no, I'm too smart for that. I'll show you. And that's what she did. That was her big downfall, I think. And mine. That's where we really lost it.
Flew too close to the sun, Icarus.
Yeah.
It might have been a little different for you, Kelly, because if it was online, I don't know that you would have fallen for it. But since they were in your front, they were
at your steps.
They were at your door.
They were.
That you believed them.
I did believe them.
more.
I did.
They were black.
They were. I've never said that. I've never said that.
Well, no,
There was a
wow,
racial
they're black.
component.
There's a racial component. I didn't want to be filmed and be, what do they call us? Not Karens, but Kevin or what?
Chad.
I didn't want to be a Chad. Okay. But these guys, I didn't want to do that. And I trusted them, and they took me, and they lied to me all the way. And I remember as I was handing them that $3,000, I was thinking, how can you do this to me? How can you stand here on my porch and do this? And
Easily.
they did. They had no problem doing it. And then
We got to go to Elon Musk's house.
they lied the next day when the police called them, because I said, look, I've already paid him $3,000. And they go, no, he hasn't. He owes us that money. And they were lying then.
Because there was no receipt.
There was no receipt. I had nothing. So stupid. I mean, really, I beat myself up, but everyone except y'all told me, don't beat yourself up.
And no receipt, and they had the proof of the yard.
They did it. Oh, yeah, they did it. Robert, you're talking about scams, too. Go ahead.
Hey, guys, good morning.
Morning.
I love the first time calling your program that I get to tell the world how stupid I am.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's what it's for. Go ahead.
So I hear that principal lady story any time of it for the last 5 years, and I think, that woman's an idiot.
Right.
And yet, if I hear the story this morning, I realize, no, I get it, because just this month I was scammed twice.
In what way? How did you get scammed?
So, first time I had a brand new laptop, still sealed in its box and everything. Wanted to sell it. Found somebody to buy it, gave him a good price on it. We met at a store here in town. He brought his daughter with him. He said, well, what do you think, honey? You going to like it? She said, yes, I think this will work. She was going to college in the fall. How am I not going to help a college student?
Of course, right.
Sold it to him. 2 days later, he texts me, guys, we did it through Craigslist. He texts me and says, hey, sir, I know this is a buyer beware, and this was on me, but we just opened a laptop, and it's not working. And the laptop had been sealed and everything, but it was about a year old sitting there. Because the Apple folks say it's going to take XX to fix it. I was wondering if you could meet me in the middle on that. He even sent me the receipt from it. He took a picture of it. I went, I really didn't need the money so I did it. I said, okay, my bad. I don't want you to think that I was trying to scam you. I just got the laptop and thought I'd sell it to you. Well, then my son comes home and looks at this thing, the fine print on it, and the fine print on the Apple order number was like 4 years old.
Oh, they schemed you in that way. Got you to pay half the bill. It's not a real bill, and they got you on that. That's like, well, there you are. There you go, right? I mean, that's just what scam artists do. That's what they do.
There's a difference, though, I think, with the internet adds a whole different element.
I do too.
Absolutely.
I do too.
Because, what we've said many times, you can't trust anything on the internet. Now, face-to-face is a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, that's right. You know, you were saying that, Dave. I'll tell you something else they said about this, and we just yesterday talked about this artificial intelligence where you're not going to know even if the president of the United States is speaking. I mean, it literally could be made up in a few years. And they're warning now, you may get a call from your son, like me, might get a call 2 years from now from my son in college. His number shows up. It's him. It sounds exactly like him on the phone saying, I need $400. I just had, a car accident, something. And I send him $400 or give him my credit card number, whatever it might be. It's not even him that's on the phone.
Yeah.
But you can mimic his voice and steal his number.
It's deep fake stuff.
Yeah. You know what they said to do? This was on the news this morning, too. They said, hang up and call him back so that he has to answer the phone. Say, okay, I can't trust that it's you. I'm going to call you right back.
When they say they're desperate and they're in a situation.
Child, and you recognize their voice.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
No, it's me.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, you'd be able. Nobody can mimic your son.
Why'd you hang up?
I'll have to have something that proves.
I need to make sure this is really you.
Hello.
It's still me. Oh, you really need $400? Definitely.
Can they teach one of those bots to use the slang that your son used?
That's what we have to do. We have to come up with. We have to come up with a code word.
You need to come up with
so that I know
that during your talk.
Yeah.
Your sex talk.
Right. I'm going to have a sex talk and now an internet talk.
Wear rubbers.
Yeah.
Don't drink beers you don't know where they came from, and don't call me.
That's right. Don't call me, because I'll fall for that. Now, who wouldn't?
Well, they already, to a degree, they already do that with grandparents.
That's
Yeah,
right.
they do.
People call
Yes, they
Spring
do.
break
their
to
grandparents, and I
grandparents
need
calls.
money, and it works.
And it's just somebody that sounds like a kid, that
yeah,
they
or
can-
I'm with the police department, or I'm at the scene, and your grandson just had a wreck, and they need this money now.
But as Biggie correctly pointed out, now I would recognize my son's voice because of his. Oh. They have to do a good job to fake
Why do you
that.
keep hanging up? I'm making sure it's you.
I'm in jail. God.
There's not much English in there.
I'm not. They won't let me keep using the phone.
It'll be difficult for them to mimic his voice. I'll tell that. I'll say that. Heroin Scott, you're talking about this principal. It started with her, who was scammed by who she thought was Elon Musk and tried to give away $100,000. Go ahead.
Yes, you fire her because she made a bunch of mistakes. The biggest one might be when she tried to play the smart card, which made such a mistake. You get up on stage and say, look, I'm an idiot. I should have listened to people around me. But no, she tried to play the smart card. Second off,
Well, wait a minute now. What she said was, I'm a smart person. I was fooled by these con men. I'm resigning from my job. I thought she really took the high road. She could have fought for her job. She could have said, I've done a great job for 20 years, and this school is immaculate, and I made one mistake. But she didn't. She resigned herself.
she believed somebody was Elon Musk, though. Come on, man. That'd be like Michael Jordan calling me and saying, hey, I'm Michael Jordan. Come on, dude. I mean, anybody's got more common sense than that.
He's right.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Fair enough. What's next?
Fire.
Okay.
You can't fire me. I quit.
Don't ever quit. Let them fire you.
For the benefits.
The benefits
She
are
get her
better.
severance. She get her severance. if they
severance,
fire her.
unemployment.
I mean, really?
But you know what?
Yeah.
She's too dumb to know that.
She's not. She's a smart person. Didn't you hear?
Oh, she said she was smart.
I'm a
You're right.
smart person. Lynn, you're talking about being scammed also. Go ahead.
Good morning, P1 Day One. I'm always texting my kids and nephew about, hey, this is the newest scam. I got ripped off last summer. My favorite music are the Beatles, Bob Dylan, Tool, and Steely Dan. I've seen Tool like 16 times, Bob Dylan 14, Steely Dan 9. Steely Dan was in Durham last summer, and I was looking on Craigslist, and 2 tickets for $100. So I knew Zelle and Venmo, you could get ripped off easy. PayPal was pretty secure.
Mm-hmm.
It was a last minute deal, so I was in a hurry. Instead of hitting business deal, I hit friends and family. I was in such a hurry to get the tickets, and lo and behold, because I was in such a hurry at the last minute, I screwed up, and I did family and friends, and boom, the tickets never came. I called the Greensboro police. Oh, well, we can't do anything, and I wanted to report it, so they didn't do anything. So here I was, boom.
So the friends and family cost you all the money, and
Out
you don't get any tickets. Yeah, so you're out $100.
I lost $100, no ticket. Instead of hitting the business deal, I hit the button.
I don't know how that works.
I don't even
That's
Honestly,
not
yeah, that's not even something I'm familiar with.
me neither.
LJ.
Me neither. I don't know that either, how that works. But I guess
But
you're
I
out.
could have made that mistake.
You're
I
out money.
suppose.
That's an easy mistake to make, I would think, to do something
Really
like that.
easy. And I know there's millions of people that buy and sell both online or on Facebook or wherever it is you do it, eBay. I wouldn't do it.
Really?
I wouldn't buy
That
or sell
against
on
it.
there.
If
if
open
I've got
to
something
it.
I want to sell, I'll just donate it.
You're wide open for scam. But what if it's something like I have a mountain bike, for instance, that I haven't ridden much.
That's not. It sounds
barely
like a
used.
scam.
All right, that's not a scam.
Yeah, I got a mountain bike too, Chief.
I mean,
You want a golf cart?
Trade you.
Right.
Trade you straight up.
you know my mountain bike in my garage.
about it.
I've got a mountain bike.
Forgot about
Nobody's ever seen it
Still got it.
except you and your wife.
It's like the Yeti, the Sasquatch.
It is Sasquatch.
That's what I named
It's only
it.
been out once.
It's been out one time. It's spotted one time.
There's a blurry photo.
But I'm ashamed to admit what I paid for it. I never ride it. But so I wouldn't just donate it. I'd like to sell it for something, but I'm too smart to be taken advantage of.
Take it to a used bike store, and if you can't, just donate it.
Oh, man. That's a lot
What year
of
is
money.
that thing now, Kelly?
19. I'd have to look.
The new ones have pedals.
I'll look at the paperwork. What?
It's one of those ones where the wheel is 8 feet long, tall.
Yours is like a rickshaw.
You know what you should do? You should give that bike to your son as a gift to get around campus.
Yeah, to get around campus.
Yes.
I should.
You're not driving on campus,
Let him
son.
ride the bike.
It's too long
That's
for him.
right.
It's a special bike. You've got a special bike.
I do.
Yeah, you ride it in the circus. Sell it to the circus.
It's out of the circus is gone. You ain't no circus anymore. One more scam story. This poor principal. I'm the only one fighting for her. Steven, go ahead.
Hey, Big P1 here. Love you guys.
Thank you.
Every day.
Thank you.
So I've had my debit card compromised in the past, and I get calls from Wells Fargo security.
Mm-hmm.
So I have that in my contacts. So I'm sitting around the house one day, and I get a call from Wells Fargo security, and they said, you have some transactions in Florida. We need you to confirm them. I said, no, I haven't bought anything out of Florida. And they said, well, you have 4, yada, yada, yada.
Yep.
I said, okay, we need, cancel. We need to cancel the card and reverse the funds.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, they said, well, we're going to send you a code. You need to tell me the code, and then we'll reverse the funds. I'm saying, that's kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's unusual. Maybe the process changed. So they email me a code. I tell them the code over the phone. Then they send me another code. They say, we're going to send you 4 codes, and all 4 transactions will be fixed.
Oh, my. Okay, right.
I was sending them codes to Zelle transactions.
You were. Oh, my God. Oh, my
man.
God.
How much did you lose?
$1,000.
See, but I would fall for that. When your bank calls and you think it's your bank, and they say, look at these transactions.
Your bank doesn't call.
So what do you, don't they?
Never called me.
But if you have a transaction that is risky,
That's flagged.
people get
mine
that.
does,
People
yeah.
do get that call.
If you've made the transaction.
No, if you haven't. If they say we see some risky behavior on your bill, it doesn't look like you've made these. I mean, they do that.
If you haven't made a transaction, then you just say no. You shouldn't have to send them anything.
But they still call you
If you've got
first.
somebody calling you from your bank saying, we've seen some transactions that don't look like you've made them in
Did you
Florida.
authorize
Did
these?
you say no?
I've never had them call me. They always send
but
something
they
via
do-
the app, or they send you an email that says you just made if you didn't make a purchase then and you don't get then you shouldn't have to worry about it. You just say no. You don't send back codes.
No. You worry about it because, I mean, banks do call. I have been called by a credit card, and you're nodding your head.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
They say, we see some suspicious activity. Now, it'd be very easy for them to say, okay, we're going to text you a code to make sure we're on the same page here. You text it back to. I can see how you fall for that one. Because you think
That's pretty elaborate.
They think you're on your side. You know, they think they're on you.
Mm-hmm.
You think they are on your side.
Well,
They're
then
your
use
back.
the same idea and like with your kid and say, I'll call you right back.
Right.
Yeah.
I think what you
got
have
to
to
call their fraud department.
or you have to say, I'm hanging up and going to my local branch to handle this.
Yeah.
What a pain in the butt, but
Yeah.
it has to be done. Jeez.
Yeah.
It is it's terrible that people do this.
They're waking up right now, getting ready to scam,
Exactly.
fleece all of us.
Unsuspecting victims like myself.